How about them Cowboys, of course? They're horrible. Man, they're just undefeated, horrible team. That's crazy. 30 points margin for every game. All right. Well, anyways, so speaking of great things, we have a quiz today. So, we listening? So, again, when you have a table and you're trying to figure out which of these three it is, okay, we are subtracting first to see if it's linear. Does anyone not understand what I just said? To find out if it's linear, and I do want headphones out so I can believe that you're paying attention with me, please. Okay, so, again, subtract first. What's 4 minus 1? 3. 9 minus 4? 5. 16 minus 9? 7. 25 minus 16? Okay. Is this, Pedro specifically, is this linear? Why not? Because they're not the same numbers, okay? Now, you could start trying to do the exponential one, but I would suggest just do the second difference, okay? So, if this is the same, it's linear. It's not linear. So I cross out my L. So I'm going to find these differences. 5 minus 3 is 2. 7 minus 5, 2. 9 minus 7 is 2. The second difference is the same. What is it if the second difference is the same? Quadratic. Does everyone understand that? Everyone. Okay, so quadratic. Okay. Okay, the next one. Same idea. Negative 20 minus negative 12, negative 8, negative 24 minus negative 20, negative 24 minus negative 24, negative 20 minus negative 24, 4. Okay. Is it linear? If these are not the same, linear, no linear. Okay? And this was quadratic, right? All right, so second difference, negative 4 minus negative 8 is 4. 0 minus negative 4 is 4. 4 minus 0 is 4. The second difference is the same. What do we call that? Quadratic. Again, everyone's doing this today on their own, so if this is a mystery to you, let's talk. Make sense? Make sense? Oh. So, last one. What's up? How did I get these numbers? The next one? Right, I did negative 4 minus negative 8. 0 minus negative 4, etc. Okay. Third one. We'll go purplish. So, again, let's subtract. 4 minus 2, 2. 8 minus 4 is 4. 16 minus 8 is 8. 32 minus 16 is 16. Is it linear? No. Does that automatically mean it's quadratic? No, it doesn't. So, let's do it again. 4 minus 2, 2. 8 minus 4, 4, because we're subtracting. 16 minus 8 is 8. Is it quadratic since those are all different? No. Now, before you assume it's exponential, it could also be neither. So we want to actually divide and see if it's going to be exponential. So again, if the difference isn't the same, and if the second difference isn't the same, divide and see if those ratios are the same. So I'll do it over here. 4 divided by 2? 2, okay. So those of y'all that are enrolled in Lee High School, let's answer this question. 8 divided by 4, okay. So 16 over 8, 32 over 16. Now, the divisions were all the same. Let me try that again. The divisions are all the same. So that's exponential. Exponential. Now, any questions on that? We've had practice after warm-up. So on the quiz, you should be set up for 3 or 4 of these. Just try subtracting, try second subtracting, and then try dividing. And you should, yes. Now, what if you were asked to get an equation for one of these 3? So I hope you know, you go to lists and spreadsheets, you put X and Y at the top, you type it in. But what do I press for linear for a regression? Menu what? Linear is 4, 1, 3. Exponential is 4, 1, A, letter A. And quadratic is 4, 1, 6. Now, those are all on the list. If you hit 4, 1, you could probably see which one, okay? But we've been talking about these 3. So you can get an equation, and you should know how to write it. Okay? So again, you should be able to tell what a table gives you. You should be able to take the table and get an equation. What if you have an equation? Like, for example, let's say you have like x squared or something. And I want to know when x equals 2, what's y? Like if you're given a value and you're looking for a different value, how do I get a table of values from an equation? Where do I go in my calculator? So if you hit graph, type in your equation, and then hit Control T. Okay, this is nothing new. We've been doing this, should have, this last week on the 2 assignments. Okay, but if you have an equation, it's asking you something about the information, you're probably going to have to graph it, hit Control T, and find those values, tell me the other one, okay? Last thing, there's one on there that is a table, but it's not exactly one of these 3, okay? You still have to tell me what type of function it is. So do y'all remember when I've talked to you about r squared? Oh, so what matters, okay, if you have a table of values that are not exactly one or the other, okay, what you can do is you can go into your calculator, do menu 4, 1, you can do 3, you can do A, you can do 6, you can do all 3 of them, and see which r squared equals 1. Okay, so I'm talking about, let's say you do something like this, and you scroll down a little bit, not a lot of it. Hello. Okay, you see how this says r squared equals 1? Okay. So r squared equals 1, right? Now, I'm telling you, if your data's not perfect, it'll be like 0.9999, really close. Okay, that's the best. That's the one, okay? But if it's like 0.8, 0.90, okay, that's not as close. So again, if you're not sure how to tell what your table gives you, do all 3 of these and see which r squared is closest to 1, okay? All right, so we are going to take a quiz on this. You can put up your warm-up. You just need a calculator, something to write with, and I'll pass it out.